I want to keep in mind, we've turned all of our traction and stability control off because, I mean, what's the worst that can happen now? That was crazy. That was awesome. Good morning from Houston, Texas. We have flown out here. In front of us, you'll see that the Exorcist has joined us. We are taking this thing back to Hennessey. Now, do not worry. There is nothing wrong with it. I want to make it very clear that it is not going back because of any sort of issues or problems. They simply wanted it back to film some cool collaborative content, especially with our partners at Pennzoil right there. But I mean, it looks a lot different currently than when it originally left their shop. It originally left their shop tan. Now it's got a whole NASCAR flame livery on it. Whoever valeted this thing is a lot shorter than me. Exciting day to be here at Hennessey Performance, and they got some toys for us in store. My Exorcist won't be the only cool Hennessey I'll be driving today. Oh, look at that. They got quite the lineup. They got some Camaros out this time. I see something cool in here.
This is a true gem. This is the final Venom GT that was built. So 2013 Venom GT belongs to a guy up in Pennsylvania. He bought it originally from John, stashed it in a barn, and time got away from him. So it's back in for wiring updates, software updates, just basically a refresh to get it running in 100% form.
So 13 Venom GTs were made total,
yep,
including
between,
how many roadsters?
4 or 5 spiders.
Yeah. Do you guys still, like, as a company, own a single GT?
We do not. John is in the market. Like, we know where quite a few of them are. A few of them have been totaled, so there's probably, I think there's only 8 or 9 that are still on the road. If the right opportunity came around, John would not hesitate to add one to his personal collection.
Yeah, try and get one back.
Yeah.
Opened out the Venom GT. Got the turbos right there. That is so sick. Are these things pretty easy to service and work on, or is it?
Funny enough, these are slightly easier than the F5 just because the accessibility to them.
Yeah, I mean the F5 seems even more compact.
Definitely.
For what it is, right?
And it was just more thought out as far as like the aero and the body panels, and we wanted to really reduce the amount of cut lines. So if you take a really close look at the F5, there's very minimal cut lines, like any.
Oh yeah.
So the front bumper and the front clam and the rear bumper are these huge, massive pieces, and there's definitely trade-offs for that. I mean, like, if you damage one piece, you're damaging a massive carbon fiber piece that's really expensive. But the overall aesthetic with a lot less cut lines makes it look cleaner. So there's always trade-offs.
Is the whole thing like carbon fiber?
Yeah, this car, all the body panels are carbon.
Are there ones that weren't, or?
No, all the Venom GTs were carbon.
Yeah.
Same with the F5, obviously.
Yeah, you see it all in
But
here.
one of the main downsides of the Venom GT versus the F5, and one of the main things that we changed, is that this car is really hard to get in and out.
Oh, you can see the tub is right there. It's so cool though. I mean, it wouldn't bother me.
It would not bother
exactly,
me.
you'd love it.
I don't care.
Yeah.
But I can definitely see, like,
yeah,
you know, there is and was definite downsides to this car, but it's so raw and unique and ridiculous that it has a very special place in my car list.
Yeah, I think it's gonna age really well over time.
Yeah, I think there's a solid chance that, you know, many years go by and these 12 cars are just really rare and special.
Yeah.
I think people know about them right now and care about them right now.
Yeah.
but I think give it time. I think let the F5 set some more records, and I think
exactly. As the company grows too, this is going to be a staple of the company. So
part of the history.
We're gonna go ahead and get our updated tour as always. Apparently their inventory and their facility is pretty packed and stacked up, so
Pretty exciting stuff going on here. You got your Demon 170, which we're doing a 1700 horsepower conversion on, so it'll be a twin turbo build. It's been a year plus long process. First glance, this is going to be a new take on the Resurrection. So
they're bringing it back.
this is a very special client of ours, car. He's done about 6 or 8 builds with us, and he's a Ford guy at heart, but when the Camaro went out of production, he decided to pick up a brand new Camaro ZL1 and wanted something extra special to just kind of commemorate the Camaro, and was in love with the original Resurrections that we built. No longer can get an LT5 crate engine, so it's going to be a little bit different, but this will be a 1200 or 1300 horsepower new version of the Exorcist.
Resurrection down there. I think a lot of people have like heard of this, but for people that like don't really know, like what's the main difference between the Resurrection and then the Exorcist?
Yeah, sure. So our Exorcists make about 1,000 horsepower. This is going to make 1,200, so this makes about 1,000 to the tire. And being a manual car, it'll actually be like a little bit more than that.
Oh,
the
really?
ratios are a little bit kinder. These are not as fast as the autos.
Yeah.
Which I think you might have found out at some point.
But it puts the power down better and that kind of
on the dyno it does.
On the dyno?
Yeah. So big differences on this is that's a built 416 versus your regular 6.2. Still got a 2650 Maggie on this car versus an Exorcist. This isn't our typical Resurrection build. This is a little bit changed. We used to do LT5 superchargers, but that's a modified 2650. It's got upgraded bricks, upgraded lids, port injection, smooth boost controller. We got a 112 throttle body. Making a custom intake to go to that big gulp. Completely custom fuel system all the way from the tank up. This will run on E85 and 93. On E85, it should make about 1,000 to the tire. We're hoping for a little bit more. But yeah, there's a lot of neat stuff, little tricks hidden inside this one.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
How many Resurrections have you guys made so far?
So originally we built 3 of them. They were all 1LEs. This will be number 4, and this is the only just regular coupe that we built.
All throughout here is the bulk of their production, which is trucks and SUVs. I mean, it's easy to justify to the family and just what's currently being produced by the manufacturers, since Hennessey likes to work with brand new vehicles so that they could offer their warranty and stuff. So right now, Tahoe, brand new Raptor, see some GMCs over there. They don't operate like an assembly line. They still have one guy that basically works through and runs through the entire vehicle process on his own, kind of takes it in as his baby, and it works out. That way you don't have one guy working on multiple cars as they segment through, and there's just a lot more care and dedication involved. It's getting 1,000?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yep. So every Raptor all get 1,000 horsepower on it.
This color that they offer, it's just so classy, and it's just not what you expect to see on a truck like this. And then it's the latest Gen 4 R. It's getting 1,000 horsepower. I don't think there's any single truck in the world that can outdo this, or that I would want over this right here. This is the dream truck.
Looks like the most basic, but underneath the hood it'll have 800 horsepower, supercharged 500 Coyote V8.
Are you guys gonna do like wheels and like the
So
other little things?
customers. So some customers want to keep it looking like a work
But
truck.
he's gonna keep it looking like this. They're gonna add 800 horsepower. This will be a Hennessey build, and it's literally gonna just stay looking like that. That's funny.
But 4-wheel drive, 0 to 60 in just under 3 seconds. Like, it's just super light, but performance is absolutely mental.
The sleeper of all sleepers.
Supercharged 6.2 liter, 600 horsepower, but wanted something more practical when he had all of his kids. So basically made an excursion when the excursion wasn't available anymore.
That's so funny. I thought this was literally one of those bed add-ons,
Yeah.
but this is all molded on. This is a SUV Raptor. Wait, so how many of these did you guys end up doing? 5?
So I made 5, yeah.
That's wild. The more you know. So now we're moving over to the real big stuff. We're gonna go look at F5, Venom. So this is Evolution?
Yep, so this is the new Evolution that we launched a couple weeks ago. The Evolution is a package that current owners and future owners can opt to add to the car.
Okay.
So with that, the engine makes a little bit more power. It's now it's the highest horsepower production street legal road car that's on the road today. So it's 2,032 horsepower. It's still a 6.6 liter twin turbo V8, but in addition to the upgraded powertrain on the Evolution, owners get a revised body, so we'll see when we get inside, but it's now got fender louvers, a little bit different front aero. The rear has a gurney lip on it, so the rear's kind of been changed to have a high-speed downforce package to match the increased power. Yeah. Suspension also sees a little bit of an update.
This is what 2,000 horsepower looks like right here. This is a side of the Venom that you don't get to really see on just how simplistic and pretty it could be on the outside, but you get to see the quality of just how this whole front splitter down here is fully attached to the whole bodywork of the car, all the carbon, the framing, the suspension, and how everything all has to just condense itself into, yeah, something this tiny. It's long, but it's small for making 2,000 horsepower. I'm about to get the treat to ride in a Venom F5. I did get to ride in one last time I was here in October 23, but the car wasn't fully dialed out. We were just running in sport mode. We didn't get to experience full F5 mode. So they're about to take me out in this very classy, good spec of a car. Gotta do our conversions.
134. Okay, we're almost there.
Why was this car swapped over to metric?
That's going overseas.
Oh, gotcha. That's crazy. Yeah, I haven't ridden in much when it comes to just hyper crazy tier exotic cars on this level, but like the rawness and the visceralness of this, like it only reminds me of like one time when I like rode in like an F50. Yeah. Just like that 90s, like the vibration, the power, everything just being right there, and this feeling like a race car that somehow is street legal. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, ready? We're in drag mode.
All right.
It's like a Porsche, left foot on the brake, mash it, and then let go.
All right. That was sick. That was so sick. Oh. Oh man. Put it together until we were rolling in, but this now marks the fastest car I've ever ridden in. I mean, 1,800 horsepower in this formation, rolling down a runway. We probably hit like 170 or so with not that much room. This will stay up there as the fastest car for a long time. This is the brand new Dark Horse, but this is Hennessey's Super Venom. What this is essentially is a Dark Horse that's taken from its like just under 500 horsepower or so, bumped up to 850. These things come NA from factory. Now it's got a Whipple supercharger on top. And then they added a lot of tasteful aero. This is all Hennessey's Venom Pack aero with the carbon fenders right there, the added wing back here. You got some Hennessey Vossen wheels down there. They've even messed with the interior, so you got Hennessey reupholstered seats with their little Hennessey branding right down there. This is ours for the next couple minutes, and I want to see what like Ford's equivalent to a Hennessey built out Exorcist would be. This is so funny. This is not an automatic seat. This is just like weight reduction. Is this like a drift stick?
I think it can be. I'm not entirely sure.
This is funny. So yeah, I mean, this car is automatic, but they can come in manual, which is cool. I I've driven a stock automatic dark horse in the past, and so it'll be cool to at least compare. Now we got freaking 300 more horsepower. I have all my modes here. They have very fun animations. Feel like I'm in the video game again. All right, so we're gonna keep her in track mode, manual mode. Let's floor it. Oh. Shifts really come alive when you're in track mode and when you're really just gunning it. I mean, I'd be very curious to drive this in the form of a 6-speed. I think that'd be the true way to compare as far as a Ford Exorcist, if you were to call it that. Just because, I mean, there's a lot of different drama that happens between, you know, manual, automatic. But if you want straight line speed, this is your go-to. So this is the baddest Mustang you could buy brand new, basically. That's, I mean, obviously excluding the GTD, but this is the baddest truck. Like, there is no other pickup truck in the entire world that can outdo this. Raptor R, already a Raptor R guy over a TRX. I'm sorry, just a Ford guy. But then taken to 1,000 horsepower. Factory, these things are around like the 800 range, but it's got a whole nother 200 in there. Bigger supercharger under the hood. Obviously they got their wheels and their big bumper guard kit and all that stuff, but yeah, this is I'm actually probably most excited to get my hands on this. Yeah, this just about shits on my Gen 2 Raptor in every single way. Just from obviously Ford's interior ergonomics alone. Am I dumb? Where's, oh, it's like way over here. Oh, now I don't know if you guys remember, but Hennessey was kind enough to let us take a Raptor R 6x6, a Velociraptor on Legends Rally a couple of years back. And that totally showed me the magic of the Raptor R platform and all that's to come with all this power and everything. But when you have it 6x6 converted, obviously it's gonna weigh more, and it's not really oriented for speed in that kind of manner. It's more oriented for presence. And I couldn't help but just wonder what was all that power from that Raptor R gonna feel like if, yeah, you didn't have the extra axle back there. And that's what this is, with an additional 200 horsepower even on top from what we drove. So yeah, this is gonna feel really quick. All four wheels are gonna be putting the power down. First gear, let's just floor it. Oh. We're spinning all fours. Oh my gosh. I literally just went. This is like the stoplight king. It's the ultimate troll. You're just at a stoplight, there's someone next to you, whatever, you're in some big truck, and then you just gone. You'd leave them done. They'd probably, you know, they wouldn't know what to say after that. So the last thing that we get our hands on is this right here, which this is just pure comedy. It's a single cab truck, short bed, but it's lifted. Usually if you're gonna build out a single cab, they're slammed and, you know, they're little roll racing, drag racing truck machines. But this one's freaking up in the air. It's not to say it's slow. It's got 800 horsepower. And so I guess what I'm thinking, between how light that this weighs versus this making 1,000 and being heavier, we should put them head to head. So I'll give you the keys.
Alrighty.
See, it's funny because this started life out as probably like the cheapest F-150 you could buy, but they reupholstered the seats in this as well. So you have the fancy Hennessey seats with a freaking bench in the middle. But I mean, let me fire this thing up. It ain't no push to start too. Got a freaking turn key. Yeah, Hennessey proves there's truly a market for everything. Look at this, it's got the old school freaking little crank down on your fancy 800 horsepower truck. This thing's a work truck, but it's gonna be putting in some work to hopefully beat a Raptor R today. Well, well, well. Fancy seeing you out here. You got your nice paddles in there? I sure did. Yeah, dude, I don't even have paddles. Oh, I'm automatic by default in this thing. bet. I had him. I'm proud of this little thing. Look at your little single cab. Look at you go, little base model. I had you just a little bit.
That was impressive.
Yeah, right? And that was like, we were dead on off the line.
Yeah,
That's crazy. Dude, this thing's got some pep in it, I guess.
Yeah.
Right? Since they've given us full unlimited access to their testing facilities and my Camaro is in town, we're in my car now and I'm just enjoying it out here on private property, because it's not every day you get a 1,000 horsepower personal car where you have a full runway to yourself. I want to keep in mind we've turned all of our traction and stability control off, because I mean, what's the worst that could happen now? Crazy.
That was awesome.
I've always dreamed to do that in one of my cars. Alright, I'm doing it again, but we're getting the outside POV. There's road racing, there's off-road, there's rallying, all this stuff, but drifting will always be the most addicting motorsport for me. There's nothing that could compare to that feeling of being sideways and just in the groove. I usually don't get to drive this thing with all the assists off confidently, but man, it does not grip up. Like one. Holy crap, dude, that is the craziest feeling in the world. Oh my god. Well, our day has concluded here at Hennessey and it is now raining. It's been there's been some lightning strikes and some thunder. I guess they've cleared out the lot. They're getting all their vehicles tucked safe away. But we're gonna head back to our hotel now and not try and lose control.
Yeah.
Sorry. Morning, we have a Cars and Coffee to attend, Cars and Coffee of Houston, and we are attending it strong with all the Hennessey vehicles. We got more lining up down there, but they have booth space. Penzel has a booth space, and we tried to let a lot of locals know about it, so hopefully there's a lot of followers that I can meet. You guys out there, we are rolling into Texas. Cars and Coffee, Coffee and Cars. I've had here at the Cars and Coffee of Houston. So many of you guys had pulled through. There was a constant line going for the past hour or so, and I want to make sure I actually cover some of the really cool cars of the Houston scene. It's currently a JDM themed day out here, so there's going to be a lot more Skyline, Supras, JDM variety. What is this?
Dude, what's up?
What are y'all doing?
Welcome to the city of Houston. The
Yeah,
biggest
this is
comedy
crazy.
town.
Is this the most famous Miata on the internet?
It might be.
I think it just might be.
Dude, how did you escape from the meet and greet?
I ran, I bolted. They respectfully let people know that JackUltraMotive is now on filming duty. And
I might need to go sub in for you.
yeah,
They're
you
gonna
should.
be like, who's this imposter here?
You should. Hey, if they've been on TikTok, Instagram, they'll know.
They'll know.
You already know my eyes caught on to this 2005 Ford GT. It's got the rear bumper delete as well as an exhaust back there. You know what these are?
Yes, I do.
These are the Built by Legends. This is a current take on a restored Skyline. So the cars are essentially brand new, but still period correct and almost reimagined. They have every generation. They have 34, and then we have an R33 and the R32. I really love the R33. It's got purple carbon fiber down there, and you can just see how clean and modernized this engine bay looks. This is what the RB26 engine bay would look like if Nissan was still putting them out the assembly line brand new right now. More goodies. 720 GT3, got a Huracan Evo it looks like, LFA. I've never seen Top Secret's take on an R34. I've seen it on an R35, I've seen it on Mark IV Supras, but seeing it on the R34 is pretty dang cool. This color, doesn't matter what car it is, it just works. It's iconic and it just grabs all your attention. It's pretty rare when you see a Challenge Stradale, and it is even more rare when it is gated. This car was never gated, so this has definitely been a conversion. It's got blue seats, blue on red. That's a crazy combo. Houston's bringing the big power. Oh, these are sick. I love your wheels, man. These things are period correct. Thank you. Woo! This thing's a little majestic. I don't think I've seen a Liberty Walk build tucking this crazy. It's got his fitment on point, but this is the Liberty Walk V1 kit, R35 GTR, an amazing color of choice. This is the drift row right here of all these cars. These boys can slide good, but we got Chaser Mark II, Chaser Mark II, S15, S15, 34 GT. So I mean, yeah, these are all the rear wheel drive boys. I'm not sure if these guys actually drift, but this guy got the Forza Horizon spec T37s on. He got the thin boys. They're definitely OGs though. These are some vintage T37s. Now this is a really rare find. If this looks a little unfamiliar to you guys, it's basically because it is. It's an Accord Type R. I don't know if I've ever seen one of these before, and the craziest thing is that it's left-hand drive. Is this one of your guys's?
Yeah, it's mine.
Yeah, how is it left-hand drive?
It's a Swiss car. It came
No
from Europe.
way.
So it still has like the Swiss plates on it.
Oh wow.
So this is the Type R that Japan never got. This is actually made.
One of 55?
Yeah. So it was made in the UK. It wasn't made in Japan.
What
So
countries was it sold in?
It was sold in Switzerland. So it was only sold in the UK and in mainland Europe. So this is one of the 55 that came in championship white. So
Wow.
Yeah.
So this is probably the only Accord Type R in all of Houston, Texas.
Oh yeah.
This is one of the most tasteful S2000s I've seen. This is beautiful, man. I love it. I love it.
Good one.
My first time seeing Revuelto in this color, and my God, it does not disappoint. It's got orange interior. It's already got some Vossen wheels, a little wing added on back here. Let's go check this thing out. Yeah, you got all the space, but I love this color. It appears it is our time to roll out of Cars and Coffee Houston. The Hennessey guys are saddling up, and we're gonna have to fire up the Exorcist. This is a lot of horsepower. This is 2,000 horsepower right here.
That's insane.
Wait, I have something in my pocket. No.
You ever just have a Mercy in your back pocket?
Yeah, I do apparently. We got a little bit of a crowd. Put the windows down. Yeah, give the people what they want to hear. Thank you, man. Officially rolling out of the craziest Cars and Coffee I think I've ever attended. Oh, look in the mirror. We got people following.
Your signature started rubbing off the phone case.
Oh no!
It's still there though. It's still.
Everyone is just stacking up. There's nothing I can do. There's traffic.
I've watched you since 5th grade.
Dang, that's a long time. What up?
Man,
Nice to
I've
meet
been
you.
watching you since 4th grade, bro.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Wow, that's a ton of people. Oh my god.
Holy crap.
Oh my god.
JackUltraMotive.
Let's go, Jack!
Do a burnout!
It feels better to do this in Texas. And now I got fuel level low. The usual. Houston pulled through. That was probably the most amount of people that I've gotten to meet and greet within one Cars and Coffee. They did a lot of good promo prior, but I think combine the fact that it's already a really poppin' event with me having never been here out and about before, there was just a lot of you guys that pulled up, and the subscribers are all just a number all the time, so it's really cool to put faces to them. What in everything that is Texas is about to roll up? Bro, what? That's a brand new caddy too. I mean, what is that, a CT4?
Yeah.
Literally a road hazard. This vehicle width is probably wider than a freaking wide F-150 or F-350 dually. Like, that is just absurd. Zach fact checked it. Apparently they're known as slabs and swangas when they have the freaking, what would you even call those after the wheels?
Like the spires.
Yeah, the spikes.
Yeah.
But like I know it's a thing, especially on like lowriders and older cars, but that was like a brand new Cadillac CT4. And then on top of that, I don't think you guys can conceptually understand how wide they protruded out. Like, that dude literally has to drive in the middle of the left lane, because if he accidentally goes too far to the left, he's gonna just scrape him off on the freaking concrete barrier right over there. What Houston got going on out here? That is
They got all the weird stuff on the road.
What car is the limo based on?
Volkswagen.
Like
something.
a Tiguan or
yeah,
a Taos or something like that?
I think so, yeah.
Hot pink too. Well, our time with the Exorcist is officially up. This bad boy is getting transported back to Arizona thanks to Hennessey Performance. We're flying out, headed out of here. What a weekend to remember. What'd you think?
That was crazy.
That's a takeoff, isn't it?